Good morning. Let's bring some energy into the room. Well, we have in our midst Sri Abhay Purohit, National Chairman, Council of Architecture. Thank you, sir, for coming here. Mr. Soren Norirun Dhanik, Commercial Councillor, Head of Trade Council, New Delhi, Minister Designate and Regional Coordinator for South Asia, Embassy of Denmark in India, President Singapore Plumbing Society. Mr. Tom Panton is here from Chicago, Chief Technical Officer and India Director, International Association of Plumbing and Mechanical Officials, dignitaries on and off the dais, my fellow IPA National Executive Council compatriots, members of the press and media. Dear friends, I heartily welcome you with folded hands to this August gathering of the PLUMBEX India 2025. I am indeed delighted to see the growth of PLUMBEX over the last few years, where we have grown to a whopping 125,000 square feet, exhibiting plumbing, water and sanitation solutions, striving to make Bharat water positive. I would like to relate to you some alarming facts. India's water treatment market size was valued at $2.3 billion.
We are here. It's great to be back here at PLUMBEX. I had the honor of also speaking at the national conference in Hyderabad in December, and it's good to see so many familiar faces. So you might wonder, what does a representative of 6 million people halfway to the North Pole do here on the stage in UK? And that's a good question. And some of you might know Denmark is specifically being probably one of the most sustainable countries in the world. And that is, to a high degree, in our innovative way of managing water in the full water system. And that is also why India and Denmark has joined into a partnership, the recent partnership that our Prime Minister launched back in 2020, which is not just a partnership where you have dignitaries shaking hands saying now we're partners, but actually a mutually agreed action-oriented plan of 64 points, many of them touching upon how Denmark and India can work together on water. As Gurmit said very clearly, he raised the flag about the challenges that are facing India. India has about 3% of the world's water and 17% of the world's population, and is facing issues when it comes to how to tackle this. And this is where Denmark worked very closely with the Ministry of Shakti. We work with the National Mission for Clean Ganga, we work with the Darjeeling Mission, and we work also on startups. So you mentioned your cooperation with the Atom Mission, and I'm sure that Nancy will be very happy about how we work with Atom Mission with the Innovation Center Denmark on the annual water challenge, bringing Indian startups and engineers tackling challenges today to give more water tomorrow. Now, we started our sustainable water journey about 4 years ago. We faced many of the same issues that
all these releases, ladies and gentlemen, stands a testament to our knowledge, research. This is release of I joining us.
आपका जो पानी है वो 200 किलोमीटर दूर से आता है, क्योंकि दिल्ली की जो यमुना, हम जो दिल्ली में जो वेस्ट वाटर है, जो हम पानी जो वापरते हैं, वो पानी हम ट्रीट नहीं करते। 65% पानी दिल्ली में ट्रीट नहीं होता, और वही गंदा पानी हमारे अच्छे पानी में जाके अच्छे पानी को भी ख़राब करता है। इसलिए अगर आप ट्रांस यमुना नोएडा जाते हो, यमुना देखते हो, तो वहाँ पर यमुना पूरी काली हो गई है। अब आप ये सिंगापुर से आए हैं, सिंगापुर प्लम्बिंग सोसाइटी के प्रेसिडेंट हैं, जहाँ हर यूज्ड पानी, ग्रे या ब्लैक वाटर, हर पानी ट्रीट होता है और रीयूज़ होता है। अभी इंडस्ट्री को देते हैं, पहले पीने के लिए भी देते थे, लेकिन पीने के लिए क्या है कि वही पानी हम पूजा के लिए वापरेंगे या वही पानी कोई रिलीजियस सेरेमनी के लिए वापरेंगे तो वो अच्छा नहीं लगता, इसलिए वो इंडस्ट्री को दे रहे हैं। इंडस्ट्री आज 15 से 20% पानी यूज़ करती है, 70% पानी एग्रीकल्चर के लिए जाता है। इसलिए अगर पानी की शॉर्टेज हो, हमारी देश में 18% पूरी दुनिया की आबादी है, लेकिन सिर्फ 4% फ्रेश वाटर है। तो ऑलरेडी हमारे पास प्रॉब्लम है ये, और अगर हम अपने अच्छे पानी को भी गंदा करते जाएंगे, वो पानी फिर यूज़ के लिए नहीं रहेगा। इसलिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये एग्जीबिशन शोकेस कर रहा है टेक्नोलॉजीज़ कि कैसे हम पहले अपने नल में, अपने शावर में, अपने फ्लश में, अपने यूरिनल में कैसे हम पानी बचा सकते हैं। एरेटर्स डाल के 50% पानी हम वहाँ सेव कर सकते हैं। अगर मैं 50% पानी सेव करूँगा तो मेरा 50% गंदा पानी भी कम बनेगा, मेरे को ट्रीटमेंट भी कम करनी पड़ेगी। कैसे हम जन संचय जल भागीदारी, जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया जल शक्ति मिनिस्ट्री की स्कीम है, जहाँ पर हम अपना ग्राउंड वाटर को रिचार्ज करें, रिचार्ज पिट्स बनाने के बाद, तो कैसे आज ये 1 मिलियन पिट बन गए हैं जल शक्ति मिनिस्ट्री के नीचे, नेशनल वाटर मिशन के नीचे। तो ये प्रोग्राम चल रहा है इंडिया में, और कैसे हम अपना ग्राउंड वाटर को रिचार्ज करें। जरूरी नहीं है कि स्टोर करना है रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग, क्योंकि 70% हमारा पानी ग्राउंड वाटर से आता है। इसलिए अगर हम वो ग्राउंड वाटर को रिचार्ज करें, हम आगे के लिए, हमारी आगे की पीढ़ियों के लिए हम पानी बचा सकते हैं। और तीसरी चीज़, कैसे हम पानी को ट्रीट करें। ट्रीटमेंट के अलग अलग मेथड्स है, यूवी, अल्ट्रावायलेट है, सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट है। तो कैसे हम ये आरओ है, रिवर्स ऑस्मोसिस, तो कैसे हम पानी को ट्रीट करके उसको रीयूज़ करें अपने अप्रोप्रिएट यूज़ के लिए। आज ऐसे बहुत से बिल्डर हैं जो पानी को ट्रीट करके फ्लशिंग के लिए यूज़ करते हैं, पीने के लिए नहीं करते, लेकिन कुछ ना कुछ तो हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं उसको, हम हमारा फ्रेश वाटर तो बचा सकते हैं। तो ये एग्जीबिशन में यही सब टेक्नोलॉजीज बताई गई है। यहाँ पर बहुत से स्टार्टअप को भी हमने बहुत सस्ते में स्टॉल दिया है, 50% में स्टॉल दिया है कि वो अपने प्रोडक्ट को डिस्प्ले करें, क्योंकि इंडिया में स्टार्टअप सिस्टम बहुत बड़ा हो गया है और बहुत से स्टार्टअप हैं पानी के सेक्टर में, सैनिटेशन के सेक्टर में। तो we have Ashirvad, we have Astral, we have Prince Pipes, we have Velo Pumps, we have lot of water treatment companies like Daiki Access. So the entire supply chain of water, from the water, we have Sera, we have lot of tap manufacturers. So from the supply chain of water to rainwater harvesting to the treatment of water, we have the entire supply chain of the water industry here at the exhibition.
Sir, when we talk about innovation and technology, how do innovation like smart water networks addresses affordability challenges for low-income communities?
Sir, let me tell you, I'm also part of the Indian Green Building Council, which is part of CII, where we have lot of buildings which are net zero water. What I mean by net zero water is that the entire water used in that premise is treated and reused for its applicable use. So I am not only saving water, because water is linked to energy, what we call water G. The more water, as I told you in my speech today also, water comes in Delhi also from 200 kilometers away. What is the real cost of water? So water, you use pumps for pumping water in your premises. So water is linked to energy. You save water, you'll save money. And therefore, it is not more expensive to make a net zero building today. If you look at a green building in the Indian Green Building Council, if you make a commercial building, it is 3 to 4% cheaper to make than a normal building. So if I have two buildings here, one is IGBC certified, commercial I'm talking about, it will be cheaper by 3 to 5% to construct. As far as a residential building is concerned, it costs 3 to 5% more. But the fact is that a residential building, if I am able to save 50% of my power cost, if I am able to save 50% of my water consumption, I am able to recycle my 50% waste, I am producing money, I am saving money. So my ROI, return on investment, is not less than 6 months. So it makes business sense to go green, it makes business sense to save water.
सर मार्केट में क्या परिवर्तन लाएगा इसमें?
हाँ जी,
मार्केट में क्या परिवर्तन लाएगा?
मार्केट में बहुत बड़ा परिवर्तन ये लाएगा कि पहले तो आपको आपकी पानी की कंजम्पशन ही नहीं पता। आप मैडम समझते हो आप लता मंगेशकर हो, और आप समझते हो आप मोहम्मद रफ़ी हो कि आप शावर के नीचे भी गाते हो। बंद कर दो गाना। अगर आपके पास गट्स हैं तो बाहर आ जाओ, बिस्तर पे खड़े होके गाओ। Don't think you're Michael Jackson or Beyonce and you sing under your shower, because there goes away 150 liters. Second thing, I find lot of friends, they use the WC, the potty as an ashtray. I find girls throwing hair there and flushing and flushing and flushing. Where will the water come from? So we have to be very careful that when the tap is on, when we are brushing, we are soaping, we are shaving, or even talking on our cell phone or WhatsApping, the tap is on and there goes your water. So we have to.
And I really hope that you will all come to the Danish stall tomorrow at 12:30, where we launch an innovative new energy efficient pump from Grundfos, which will be able to save even more water and energy.
The ambassador will be there to launch that.
The ambassador will be there as well. So tomorrow at 12:30 at our country stand right down there.
Sir, as a long-term collaboration beyond this event, what concrete steps is Denmark taking to foster sustained knowledge exchange with India?
We do many things. So first of all, we have the second largest city of Aarhus. City in Denmark is Aarhus. They have a strategic sector cooperation with the state of Rajasthan, where we are bringing delegations of experts to Rajasthan, and we are bringing all the municipality people from state people from Rajasthan to Denmark. Yeah, but he was asking the question.
The whole press is there. No?
Okay, so that is a way where we work together for the specific challenges. So no challenge can be copied one-to-one. So that is why we need cooperation, because as you mentioned, evaporation, that is very different in India than it is in Denmark.
Absolutely.
Efficiency codes. Uniform Plumbing Code, which IAPMO writes. We have a code called We Stand. It's a water efficiency code. And in India, we have a code called WEPI. It's a standard, the WEPI code, and that is for toilet water efficiency and for tap water efficiency. So we built our lab in Bengaluru. We have just inaugurated the water efficiency portion of that lab just this week, and this will allow urban areas, rural areas to use products that save water. They don't waste as much water. So it's extremely important wherever you live, rural or in urban areas, to use WEPI certified products. Our lab can do testing, other labs can do testing, and hopefully the Indian government will want to adopt more plumbing codes, building codes. We write codes here for the Indian market, and we're always happy to work with BIS so we can adopt those as national standards in India as well.
Sir, India's plumbing sector is often perceived as a developing sector. I can say unorganized, but what would it take for India to build a world-class plumbing workforce like the US?
So to develop a world-class plumbing workforce, organizations like IPA are already starting that effort. What you need is the industry, the government to understand that plumbers need to be professionals. They need training, they need certification, they need education. Everyone just can't be a plumber with a few weeks training. You need a lot of training to do things properly. You need to understand the building codes, the plumbing codes. You need to understand quality products, safe products, certified products. So what you need is the government to mandate some professional certification requirements for people and for products.